What's good, guys? Hope you guys are good. Today I wanna share with you the entries I took uh, the previous week, right? Last week, right? Because the week has already ended. It's Sunday today, so I'm sharing this video in the entries I took, which were very fire entries, and they're based on the strategy I show you or I shared with you on the previous video, right? Go check it out. This is all phases. This is all phases, support and resistance, break and retest. So let's dive right into it, right? So let's see what was happening here, right? So let me just change the color to dark, not this one. Let's see. This is my girlfriend's laptop, by the way, so I'm just trying to find. Let's just use this one. Let's just use the one we were using, guys. So yeah, uh, what happened here was, you see, if you remember clearly, when we are talking about support and resistance, all phases, the one that I shared on my previous video, you want the markets to do all phases, right? To move all phases, or to be in in a way that it is about to move all phases, right? Right. Let's just assume this is Monday, right? Monday was bullish, right? It was a bullish trend, right? Then, because we trade this strategy only on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? Then we have Tuesday here. Then Tuesday became bearish, right? So now we have this phase. It was a buying phase. Now we have a selling phase. So the next thing we need to do, we need to wait for market to reach a point of interest, then anticipate a sell, right? Pretty simple, right? So on that point of interest, we're gonna draw our support and resistance point of interest. Then we know when the market gets here, we're gonna look for an entry confirmation, which is a candlestick, a bearish candlestick, any type of candlestick that you know that can potentially take the market down, right? Any pattern that you know, right? Then down we go, right? This is the first example. The second example would be, let's say we have buying market, right? We have a buying market on Monday, right? Then on Tuesday we have a selling market which did not sell entirely, right? Just a sell like this. Then on Wednesday we can expect something of this sort. Then we have a bearish trend, right? Then we also going to draw our points of interest so that we can take the market to the downside, right? So yeah, basically this is what we'll be doing. This is what we'll be checking. This is what I shared on my previous video, right? So let's dive right into it, right? So let's look at what the market did, right? So on Monday it went down. This is a bearish trend since last week. It's a bearish trend. We had a bearish candlestick. Then on Tuesday we had a bullish candlestick. So on Wednesday, because we start looking for this setup on Wednesday, right? On Wednesday, let's look at what the market did, right? Let's draw a trend line first, right? If you can pay attention, trend line has been broken, right? If you pay attention, a high has been taken out, right? HTO, high taken out, right? Then after that, doors outside open, doors upside, open, right? A peak has been removed, right? So this whole thing on Tuesday, it's telling you that the market is ready to buy, right? So what you have to do is wait for the point of interest to be tested, right? So the market came, it came here. So now what we're gonna have, we're gonna have an impulse correction, impulse. Remember, when you are buying, you trade impulse correction, impulse. When you're selling, you trade impulse correction, impulse. But now the only difference is when you are buying, the market has to create higher highs and higher lows, and when you're selling, the market has to create higher lows and lower lows, right? So yeah, guys, I hope that was clear. So let's see what the market did, right? So on Wednesday when I woke up, I was like, okay, I'm looking at the charts around 6. I'm like, I don't like this engulfing, right? It's too small for me, right? I do see this rejection candle, but I don't like this engulfing, right? I waited for the market. It went down with the big bearish candle, right? But I hesitated not. I did not hesitate, right? Then I saw this bullish candle. You see, if you see this pattern, it's a railroad pattern. This was a strong bearish candle, then we had a bullish uh, candlestick, right? So I'm like, the market is pretty ready to go up, right? So I had my entry trigger, my entry there. After I saw my entry trigger, then since like this goes with experience, right? It was clear to me that the only time where the market can stop is this high, right? Why? Because look at how the market dropped after leaving this high. It's dropped pretty strong, right? So everything here was filled. So this is what I had, which was not filled, right? This point right here. So I had my at a 1 is to 3. I remember clearly. I had it at a 1 is to 3, right? Around here. That was my take profits, right? I had my take profit there. Then the markets went up. My take profit was hit. Boom. It's all done, right? That's how simple it was to take this entry. But something happened after we took this buy, because we took this buy both with my girlfriend, right? After we took this buy, the markets came back down. Look with this big bullish engulfing, right? Bearish engulfing, I mean, right? But we held our position. We said we know what we're doing. We had our stop loss low here, but the market went up, respected our setup, and our TP was hit. Then we were done for the day, right? But then we were done with this setup. That's what I mean. Let me show you another example, right? Of which we also took, right? Same day. This was like I've shared these things, right? I said my biggest trading day is Wednesday. Then on Thursday we saw something else, right? We saw something very interesting, right? So let's start again. If you are doing, you're gonna trade this all phases, support and resistance strategy. You need to wait up until Wednesday. So we waited up until Tuesday afternoon. Then we analyzed the market. What was the market doing, right? So let's do what we did there. As you can see, trend line has been broken, right? The trend line has been broken. This low is being respected, right? This low is being respected. So we saw that, and we saw that this was taken out, right? This high was taken out. This high was taken out. HCO was taken out. This high was taken out, right? So everything was telling us that, see this high, right? We said it that everything was telling us on Tuesday that the market is ready to buy, right? On Wednesday when we saw this, we were like, there's nothing that's telling us where we can buy, because this area has been tested. So it's not a good entry for us. We waited. The market went deep down, so we cannot take around this area. Then the market went up and closed around this area, right, on Wednesday. Then on Thursday we drew this support. We drew this support, right? We drew this support. We drew this support, right? We had support, we had this area was tested here, it was tested here, it was tested. So this is a very sensitive area, right? So we waited for the market. Remember, on Monday the market consolidated, on Tuesday it bought, on Wednesday it went down and came back up, right? This is some sort of the market has not moved very much, right? So what we did on Thursday, we had our we took our stop loss after this, and this candlestick. Look at the same pattern that happened on the previous um, slide that I was showing, right? On the previous pair that I was sharing, right? We had a big bearish candle, then we had a bullish candle that was strong as much as the bearish candlestick, right? So we had our entry points here, our stop loss below the candlestick, and we wanted a 1 is to 2 because now no, I think we caught a 1 is to 2,5 here. The reason why, because we saw that after we have taken out this, there's nothing we can say maybe price will fall from this area, right? Yes, we can see this area, but it's not something we know because everything seems to be tested, right? So we took a 1 is to 2,5. Yes, I remember. We took a 1 is to 2,5, of which the safest it's always 1 is to 2 in cases like this where your TP is not very clear, right? So we're able to catch this buy on GU, right? This is the same thing, guys. So I hope with this information, with this, it didn't even end here, right? We also had another buy, but I think this video is gonna take too long, right? I think it's gonna take too long, but we also had another buy on, I think it was Thursday, right? Which was a confluence because now we had correlation. Yes, I remember we had correlation. This was the buy we took, right? This was also another buy we took, right? AUD USD, yes, these are the entries we took. So this was also based on the same thing. The markets consolidated, then it went down on Tuesday. Then we wanted to look for all phases support and resistance. The market went down, came back up. Now we anticipated this to go up, right? If I can show you, it's just, it's mind blowing, right? It's the same thing over and over again, right? So this trend line was broken. We had this point of interest. The market wanted to go up. We went up with it, right? This was based on a different strategy this right on Tuesday, but this is what I'm sharing, the most simplest strategy we have ever created. All phases support and resistance, right? Based, it also had the confluence of correlation. If you can look at the time here, it was 10, right? It was 10. When you look at the GU, when was the candle created, it was also 10, right? It means, let me just move my cursor here, you can see it was also 10. It means at this time the market was ready to buy, so we took this buy with absolute confidence, right? With absolute confidence, guys. So I hope this was informative. I hope this can help you in your own trading. Beauty of the beast. Peace and love, guys.